right, welcome to the behind the scenes look at what is inside the Flare Free Meal Prep Solution course, which is your virtual step-by-step guide to the quickest, easiest way to stock your fridge with 20 anti-inflammatory healing meals the whole family will love in 3 hours or less without breaking the bank, so you can consistently use Flare Free food as medicine long enough to fight autoimmunity. And it includes a built-in accountability and motivation system with prize incentives to help you stay on track. So when you first open the course, this is what you're going to see first. You can come down here to module 1. The first few modules are really for folks that are maybe less tech advanced and maybe have never taken a virtual course before and need a little help like figuring out like how to join our private group, how to log into everything, how to download our private app. And then I have a training in here on how to get the most out of the course. It's just a quick way to help you kind of like figure out where to start if you're new to this. From there, I have a detailed video that teaches you all of the things you need to do in the hours and days leading up to the time that we meet together to meal prep. So whether that's live and in person via Zoom, or if it's you pressing play on a pre-recorded video, it's going to teach you step-by-step everything that you need to do and when. I also have a bonus knife skills class in here for everybody so that you can learn how to properly chop as quickly and as efficiently as possible, because that will help cut down your mise en place time in half. And then lastly, in this first welcome module, we have a training that teaches you how to order your groceries on Imperfect Foods and on Instacart. And it has discount codes if you want to join those apps as a new customer. Inside module 2, you're going to see all of the bonus recipes and PDFs, including things like a full 12-week menu, so you can get an overview shot of everything that's in the course in case you want to like customize your own meal plan and go through and pick and choose which recipes you cook from each and every one. There's a vegetarian and a blood sugar stable version of the 12-week menu. So if you don't eat meat, or if maybe you have diabetes or insulin resistance or PCOS or prediabetes, these are the two most kind of popular major substitutions that are needed. So I did go ahead and take it upon myself to create a new 12-week menu for you, so you can see, instead of it saying like pot roast, it might say like vegetable stew, so that you're clear on what you're making. Okay, from there, there's also a how to shop Flare Free PDF with a Flare Free grocery guide, which is really honestly not very necessary because all of the recipes that I give you inside the course are very detailed and include brand suggestions when necessary. But just in case you need help figuring out how to wrap your brain around it, you can look at that. There's also our daily and master meal prep checklist. So I recommend that you split your meal prep tasks into smaller tasks and follow the daily meal prep checklist. So it'll teach you what to do on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and then again on Sunday if Sunday is the day that you meal prep for the following week. There's also a whole set of crockpot recipes. So these recipes have been removed from the weekly meal prep packets and put into this little PDF here, so that maybe you're only cooking for one person or two people and you have a smaller family and you don't need to make 20 meals. You don't need to make breakfast, lunch, dinner, two dessert. I'm sorry, you don't need to make breakfast, lunch, two dinners and dessert. You just need to make one dinner. And so you can choose whether or not you want to include a crockpot recipe. Now, all of my cooking classes do start with a crockpot recipe because it is the quickest recipe to start and it takes the longest to cook, so it can cook while we do everything else. But if you're like, I don't want to cook these crockpot recipes, you don't have to print out this PDF and you can fast forward past the crockpot recipe in the video. And then I also have a master substitutions list for people who have alpha-gal syndrome, for people who need to make their meals blood sugar stable, grain-free, nightshade-free, nut-free, or vegan, because all of my recipes are already dairy-free. If you don't eat meat, they'll automatically be vegan. So you can choose whether or not you want to use real dairy in that, if you need to add real dairy to get your protein. If dairy is not something you're allergic or sensitive to, or if it doesn't cause you inflammation, which it's inflammatory for everybody, but I'm going to let you make that choice for yourself. Okay, so then in module 3, you're going to find some bonus trainings here, like how to hold yourself accountable. This is the most important training inside the course, in my opinion, because nobody is going to be there for you to put the food in your mouth. You could show up, you could follow all the steps in the course, you could meal prep, but then you could forget to take your meal prep to work, and you could still be in the habit of skipping breakfast. And trust me, this has happened before to students in the classroom. So if you're shaking your head or rolling your eyes right now, just know that it happens more often than you would think. So this training is really important to learn how to hold yourself accountable, because at the end of the day, this is going to be your job. If you want to use food as medicine until basically the day you die, which is what we have to do as autoimmune warriors, right? You're going to have to learn how to hold yourself accountable, because this course is going to end after 6 weeks, and then what, right? I also teach you guys 3 common mistakes I see people making inside the course, just so that you can avoid those mistakes and be really super successful on your meal prep journey. And then lastly, I teach you what to do when you run out of meal prep, okay? Because it happens. You're going to, depending on how much you make, you're going to get to a point in the week where you're like, I have no more meals. So what am I going to do? And then in addition to that, I do have one training that goes beyond food, and it teaches you 3 health habits that autoimmune warriors should be doing in order to really heal. And so this is going to be really important for anybody who gets through the 6 weeks of the course and is like, I don't feel as great as I need to feel. Number 1, you probably need to keep meal prepping for longer. That's why I also have a bonus 6 weeks of recipes and videos in the course that you can win as a accountability prize. But also, you may need to consider doing some things that don't have so much to do with food, and I address those in this training. Okay, now module 4 is my favorite module. It's the module where each and every week you get to learn how to meal prep. So when you first click on the week 1, it'll show you the overview of the menu. So we have the optional crockpot chili recipe here. Then we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. It also gives you a grocery estimate, right, which includes that crockpot dish, as well as an estimated cook time. So you can see how long you might need to like fit this into your schedule. And then there's also going to be a picture of everything that we prepped that day, so you can see what it's supposed to look like. So from here, this is where the course really takes the heavy lifting and the guesswork out of meal prepping. Each and every single step is listed right here for you. So all you have to do is click through them and do what it says, okay? Now, when you get to the week 1 cook along, it'll tell you what to do to make sure you're all set up before you hit play. And then it'll also have timestamps set up. So you can see the crockpot chili starts at 1 minute. If you don't want to do the crockpot chili, you skip to 10 minutes and 35 seconds where we move on to the egg dish. Then 29, you can skip to 29 and 30 seconds if you don't want to do breakfast and you want to skip straight to the rosemary salmon with Greek salad, and so on and so forth. So I am going to hit play on this video so you can kind of see what the videos look like.
Welcome to week 1 of the meal prep solution. I'm so glad you're here. Pretty well coated in the liquid from the beans and also the tomatoes. So I'm going to leave it as is, because as it cooks those vegetables and that I need on there so that I'm prepared, right? So that's how we mise en place, not only our ingredients, but also our tools, okay? So let's start from the top. We're going to skip the salmon for now, but just so you know, all of my recipes are written in the order that you need to cook. But I do recommend that before you ever start with any, this is what we have so far. We've got quarter moon cucumbers, we've got julienne peppers, and we've got these beautiful let's cut the spoon. making sure that honey is all and liquid undercooked eggs. I usually don't use absolutely great work today, guys. We're just going to turn our back and stir the chili, give it a taste, see what it needs. Yeah.
So you can see the videos give you step-by-step guided instruction for how to chop, how to cook, all of the things. We stop in between each dish to organize ourselves, to turn our backs and load up the dishwasher and clean up so we stay nice and tidy, so at the end you don't have a ton of dishes to do. And in between, you'll see little health tips pop up on the screen. So if I talk about the health benefits of dates, the video is going to stop and the graphic's going to pop up and it's going to reiterate everything that I just said so that you can read it, you can write it down if you want to take notes, and so that all of this information can really stick. So after you've finished your week 1 cook along here on the left, it'll tell you the next step is to post your pictures in our private group. Because when you post 6 pictures or videos, right, of your meal prep, and it doesn't have to be all 20 meals, you can make 4 meals. As long as you post a picture every week for 6 weeks, you'll win a free accountability prize. So we have 4 different prizes right now, and these do change often, but they kind of average around $100, between $100 and $200 in value. So the first prize that we have access to right now is access to the week 7 cook along with a free blank meal plan template so that you can use the recipes inside the course to patchwork together your own custom meal plan if you would like. And that's $118 value. If you choose this gift at the end of our live 5-week sprint that we're doing right now, if you're watching this later and the 5-week sprint doesn't apply to you, disregard this point. But if you're watching this and we're doing the free live sprint, you're actually going to have 12 weeks straight of meal prepping instruction, which nobody else in the course has had up until this time. You can also choose a free 30-minute consultation with the 5 ingredient dinners meal plan. That's $155 value. You can choose a 50% off coupon for my other course, which is called the Autoimmune Edible RX. This course includes 1 monthly cooking class per month. That happens on the first Saturday of every month at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time via Zoom. That's a almost $200 savings. Or lastly, you can choose free instant lifetime access to my Flair Free Pantry Makeover mini course. So those are just the different options of prizes that we have right now. If you didn't like any of those, you can always reach out to me in our private group and I'll see what else I can work up for you. So that literally prompts you to stay accountable and to stay on track so that you can win a prize as well. Okay. Because it's not enough for me to be like, I'll give you a prize if you do X, Y, and Z. I have to actually prompt you to do it because we are busy, right? We are overwhelmed. We are stretched thin. It's a lot. So the course does it all for you. So the next step is reheating instructions. This is for people that either don't have a microwave or don't prefer to use a microwave to reheat their food. And it'll teach you step by step what you need to do to get the best results to reheat these in an oven or on the stovetop if necessary. And then there's also, this is the last step in every week, there's also menu variation. So say, for example, you get all the way to Thursday night and you've finished your meal prep and you've got Friday and Saturday and half of Sunday before you can meal prep again, you can go back. My suggestion is just to go back through the recipes and make a slightly different variety of the recipes you've already learned. That would be the most easy for you. That would be easier than like going to the internet and trying to try a whole new recipe, right? You've already learned how to make these meals this week. You probably already still have some leftover ingredients. Follow the instructions for these menu variations to go, okay, instead of the broccoli cheddar sausage muffins we made, let me do bacon cheddar and veggies. Instead of doing the California chicken salad lettuce cups, let me just do tuna salad, right? And so on and so forth. So it just gives you ways to keep it fresh. But then also, this is really great for folks that have complex dietary needs, or they have picky eaters at home that are like, I don't like salmon. You would pop this open and see what else can I make, and you'll see right here, instead of the lemon rosemary salmon, you can make lemon rosemary chicken. So just ways to help you guys wrap your brain around that. So the course goes through step by step into all the other weeks, okay, all the way down to week 6. And then in week 1, there's a survey that you can fill out, so that you can like track your progress. So week 1 and week 6 will have a survey, okay? And then as you go through the course, if you choose the prize, like the next prize package that I'm going to add to the prize list is going to be the whole set of week 7 through 12. So you could choose to win a second set of 6 weeks of videos to go along with your meal prep packets. Because as it stands right now inside the course, week 7 just has recipes. So the idea was, I'm going to teach you how to cook for the first 6 weeks. And then for the next 6 weeks, you can follow that method to just literally cook the recipes inside the meal prep course. And for week 7 through 12, it actually gives you full on recipes with full detailed instructions. So you're not like confused about how to do that. Okay. Because in the other weeks, you'll see week 1, the way that I do it, because I'm teaching you to cook intuitively using your senses, so that we don't have to stop and look down and read through recipes multiple times and stop and like measure everything, right, to a T. These recipes include a grocery list and an equipment list of everything you need to pull out, right? So there's no instructions, because that will slow you down. I teach you what to do with the 1-pound turkey, with the broccoli florets, with the diced onions. You can see how these recipes utilize lots of pre-chopped vegetables so that we can do it quickly. You can see how simple these recipes are. Very few ingredients, lots of pre-chopped vegetables, just like I teach you inside my masterclass, right? And then it also gives you an equipment list, so you know exactly what to pull out, so that we're all completely organized, with a full list of exactly everything you need to do in order to set up, so you're ready to go. So that's the rundown of everything that's inside the class. There is one final for week 12. There is a last, let's see if I can find it, 12-week survey. It's a very short survey, but it's just to tie it all together if you were to complete the full 12 weeks, which we do have several clients or students in the course that have done that. So I hope this was helpful and answered some of your questions about the course, and I'd love to see you inside the course. Thank you.